Hey, I'm Nicholas Prom,
And I'm Chase.
and you're watching Posers Must Die, our latest adventures in the exciting and kick-ass world of heavy metal. Chase, 6 days in the past, we had an exciting and kick-ass adventure seeing Blind Guardian. Let's talk
That we
about
did.
that. Let's talk about that for a minute. So, yeah, uh, I have never been like a massive fan of Blind Guardian, and I believe you said that you were not either. But
Yeah.
I like them, and it was something we could do. Had the night off, I said, "Screw it, let's go," and I'm so glad we did because
Yeah.
it was really fun. Uh, Support acts, Seven Kingdoms, who I was not excited to see, having watched a bunch of their music videos, but I will say they were uh, more fun live, so that was cool.
I didn't do any research on them at all before seeing them, so I went in totally blind, and they blew me away. I had a lot of fun with them. The guitarist and bassist,
Uh
or
huh.
both guitarists, I couldn't actually tell. Their dynamics on stage, they were so much fun to watch, and the vocalist nothing at all to sneeze at. She was great.
No, she was really
So
great, and
yeah.
it's interesting. She had this like costume that reminded me of Rick Wakeman. It was like a sequined jumpsuit with a cape, you know, uh,
Yes.
totally like Rick. But yeah, but I'm sure, yeah. So she's as good a singer as he's a keyboard player, maybe even. But no, I don't know about that. But no, she was good, and but it was an interesting look. But yeah, no, they were fun. They were cool, whatever. And
Yeah.
Sifrim also on the bill. I liked them. My only complaint was like, man, so they have two vocalists, right? The main one is
Yeah.
kind of like does that vocal style that's somewhere in between melodic death metal and black metal, that kind of like vague extreme metal voice, which I'm not crazy
Yes.
about, you know. But they also had a power metal guy with clean vocals who came out some of the time, and he sounded somewhere between like Hansi from fucking Blind Guardian and
Yes.
Michael Kiske from Halloween.
Yep.
He was awesome. I was like,
That's what I thought of. Yeah.
give this guy more to do, please. Um, but they were good. They were cool. And Blind Guardian was rad, dude. Like they played Somewhere Far Beyond in its entirety, plus a handful of other songs at the front and the end of their set. Um, and it was really fun. And like I didn't expect Hansi to be funny. I didn't, I've never watched any like live footage of them or anything. Yeah, and also especially because they're German, but he was
Yeah.
funny, and that was very endearing. And they were great. It was such an awesome show. I ran into Jason, who was a massive Blind Guardian fan, and I think he said it was he or somebody else. I said this was like their favorite time they'd seen Blind Guardian. I'm like, wow, so we really went, and they,
Yeah.
and we're talking people who have seen them like 3 or 4 times before at least. Um, so I'm so glad we went. Had a really good time.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
Horns up for
Going
Blind
around
Guardian.
and going around and talking to everybody. I again, I know of Blind Guardian. I heard a few of their songs before, and a few of them definitely stuck out
Yeah.
in the past. But like, okay, so I didn't realize just how fucking loyal Blind Guardian fans are. Not just loyal, but like, just they are so happy when they come by. It's like their whole they look forward to it all year. Like the next time,
Yeah.
okay, Blind
Yeah.
Guardian is here. Next time Blind Guardian is here. Next time I'll be happy. Like
Yeah.
holy crap, you guys love
Well,
these guys.
I think here's the thing because like, look, there's a lot fewer power metal shows that people can go to, than say like more extreme or more trendy stuff. It's probably similar to like when we're like all pumped for seeing some of our favorite thrash bands. Um,
It seemed a little deeper than that. I'm
yeah.
gonna go ahead and say I'm
Okay.
not knocking on any of it. It's totally earned. Holy crap, those guys were great. So I definitely see why people are so amped for them to come by. But
Yeah.
whoo,
Yeah. I mean, 100%. Like next time Blind Guardian comes through, I'm there. So yeah.
right.
But we had a rad time. So glad we went. Um, but yeah, we've got a couple albums to review. Why don't you tee up the first one? This is our newer release.
We got Condition Critical, Degeneration Chamber, independently released on September 5th of this year. The guys are from New Jersey, and we have quite the pedigree here. We got current and former members of Ex Dementia, Lich King, and Solstice, who we should definitely be reviewing their self-titled album soon.
Solstice, the older thrash metal band.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had one of their albums back in the day, the one with the Ed Repka cover. You know, the one where it's like the guy's all frozen, like it's cold. I can't remember what the album's called, but yeah, and I don't remember them very well. I didn't realize there was a connection with that band. That's cool. These guys, interestingly, this is their third full length, and interestingly, they have earned the nickname Demolition Hammer Jr.
I saw that. Yeah.
Which okay, I don't think. First of all, they're not as good as Demo Hammer, okay, but they are really good. They are really good.
Yes,
They're not as intense as Demolition Hammer, but who is? You know, okay. but I will say I enjoyed this a lot. This was really fun. Vocally, I was trying really hard to place like what this reminded me of. I'll say, and I think I landed on like, okay, what if the guy from Warbringer wasn't like Nails on a Chalkboard for me? Or if it was like it's kind of like Brandon from Stress Test. It's a little like that.
Yeah.
It's kind of crossovery, vocal.
Yeah, I was thinking it was more like a I don't know, more intense but not as fast like Tony Foresta. Like a little bit, Miss Voice. Yeah,
a little bit. There was a little bit of that. A little bit of waste in there too. Yeah. So yeah. And then musically, I was like, okay. Think like the best Anthrax and Testament riffs, like, you know, okay, but with the intensity of like Violence and Gamma Side, and that's kind of I think a fairly good descriptor for this band. So yeah, raging thrash metal, dude. Really, I love this album cover too. It kind of reminds me of like, remember the Swamp Thing Monsterizer toy?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Or people go back even further. People who collected the Lincoln Monsters, I think, or the Mego monster figures. There was a similar.
That's before my time, I guess.
No, sorry, it's not Mego. It's Remco. Remco did the Universal Monsters in I think the late '70s, early '80s. Oh. Anyway, they had a similar thing like the Swamp Thing Monsterizer thing, but okay. But anyway, this totally reminded me of that. Nerd shit. But
I wish slam metal wasn't already a thing, because slam thrash is what this sort of like reminds me of. It's got this like really hard, like the riffs are just hard and heavy and constant.
Yeah,
and it's just, like heavy thrash. Yeah,
and there's a certain gallop to these riffs too. That I really like. It's like Maiden on speed, you know, like you know. So yeah, I'll take it. But yeah, really liked it. Songs like Cranial Disillusion, Postmortal Simulation were a couple of highlights for me. But really, this is just pretty ripping, start to finish. Very enjoyable.
I'm the same way. Wretched Aggression, Cranial Disillusion, and Psychological Epidemic they're all great, but honestly, beginning to end, it's all just fucking beat down, and it's great.
Yeah, and not like beat down, but you know what I mean.
Oh yeah, my bad. Yes.
Yeah, because like no wait, that's actually a thing, not like beat down hardcore, which is like I think that's I'm not really into that, but like this a lot. This was a lot of fun. I'm glad we took the time to check this out. You know, this time of year, we're kind of going back and reviewing some releases from this year that we kind of missed. Like, oops, you know. Yeah. So we're kind of making up for that. We usually try to get things close to the release date. But yeah, liked it a lot. Check out Condition Critical if you're not listening to them already, folks. Chase, why don't you tee up our next segment? You know, the one that bears your name. What's that called again?
Oh, we got a doozy. Okay. We on Chase's classic album, we have 4 Kings of Metal.
MANOWAR, Kings of Metal, yes.
Released November 18th, 1988 on Atlantic Records. You go ahead and take it from here if you'd like.
Yeah. So yeah, this is Manowar's sixth album. It is the final album with Ross the Boss Friedman, and look, my history with Manowar, our history with Manowar is like we have bonded over this band like big time, and like it's kind of like
Yeah.
what, especially early in our friendship, um, and I don't know, I don't. A lot of people, this is their favorite. This isn't mine, from the Manowar
Either.
canon, but yeah, let's talk about this record. It opens. We'll just go track by track. Is that fine?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. It opens with Wheels of Fire, which is a song I've never loved.
I like it.
Do
I
you?
like it quite
Okay.
a bit. It's
Okay.
it's a good opener. It I don't know. Like in a way, it reminds me of like Manowar. Like if Manowar and Saxon collaborate, not in the way that they sound, but just because there's a motorcycle, and it's not fair because fucking Manowar is all about chains, leather, motorcycles, and shit. But so is fucking Saxon. And I can't help but think of Saxon.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's Manowar like doing kind of a speed metal song, but I feel like it's just like just being fast just to be fast. You know what I mean? I don't think it's a particularly good song. It's just fast, and kind of like, and I know it's a motorcycle song, but to me it just smacks of the like, man, I got a really fast car. Aren't I cool? Like, and those songs just leave me cold. Like, like I don't know, we're driving real fast, you guys. You know, but so and it's interesting, when Manowar did a re-recorded version of this album, and they altered the order of the songs, and it's interesting to see the album flow differently, in that way. And this song is not the opener on the re-recorded version. It was interesting to check that out, but yeah, not huge on on Wheels of Fire. Some people love it. To me, it's always been just kind of abrasive. Um, but that's okay. The title track, Kings of Metal. Let's take a minute and this is a great song,
Oh yeah.
but it's also kind of like this is where Manowar like start their own myth making about themselves. Okay.
There we go. Yeah.
Okay, Manowar, living on the road. When we're in town, speakers explode. Okay, that's a great lyric, but also like,
Yeah.
yes, Manowar toured, but not like, you know, living on the road. You're not like the Grateful Dead of heavy metal, dude. You're not. They're not. They have not toured that much. Okay, there are unsigned bands that have toured way more than Manowar have. Um, um, uh, but yeah. Let's see where else. Uh, we don't attract wimps because we're too loud. True metal people, that's Manowar's crowd. Okay, and it goes on, blah blah, and we like it hard, we like it fast. We got the biggest amps, man, they blast. I'm like, okay, this is a band that talks so much shit and they take themselves so seriously, right? But like, dude, when you're just bragging about like how big your amps are and how loud, it's like, sorry, I'm gonna be more crude than I typically am on the show, but it's almost like being like, "Whoa, take a step back, girls. I got a really big dick," you know, like, and yeah. But I do like the song, and it's like, look, they always claim that like, oh, the fans call them the Kings of Metal. Like, I bet it was like one person said that once, and they're like, oh, let's run with that, and like, whatever.
Joey's mom.
Yeah, or probably not Joey's mom, but you know what I mean. Like, I'm sure somebody, like one very enthusiastic person said that, and they're like, okay, we're gonna run that. That's gonna be like how we're gonna try and sell ourselves going forward. And like, it's no Manowar album has ever charted in the United States, by the way, but in like Greece and Germany, they're enormous. And it
Oh yeah.
makes sense that like, you know, this band who are ridiculous but are so humorless and so serious, right? Um,
Yeah.
would be
And
massively huge, and that the Greeks and the Germans would take the things that they say like totally at face value. Okay.
Yeah.
You know, so I just think that's really funny. But uh, and also talking about how much you're gonna kick your ass because we rock so hard is hilarious. But yeah, no, but I like this song. It's an anthem. It's a Man-O-War anthem, uh, and it's fun. Okay,
I agree.
and
I agree that it feels like I agree that it feels like it's just it's not empty boasting, but it's mostly empty boasting. And yeah, I agree. But if someone covered this, or if they came to town, or if it was playing on the radio or on the speakers between sets, we'd sing along.
oh, of course, I mean,
Yeah.
because look, Man-O-War are fun,
Yeah.
and that's the point of heavy metal, like, period. Okay, it's to have a good time. Um, and so yeah, Kings of Metal, it's a great song. And we lead right into Heart of Steel, which I believe is their first ballad and absolutely their best. Um, somewhere along the line, this is a great one, but like on later albums, they got like really cringy, corny shit like Courage and The Fight for Freedom that are just so bad. But Heart of Steel is a really good song, and it's like the emotional, I think, uh, thing that is evoked there. I think it's actually genuine and it rings true. It feels good, and like, and it's hard not to get swept up in it, and so yeah, big yeah. I like Heart of Steel. What do you think, man?
I ballad's got to be something really fucking cool in order and really special. I didn't get the genuine feel out of it that you did. I felt like feels like we need a ballad here, so let's slap a ballad here. Let's slap another one in there later. You're not gonna. You're not gonna. I'm not. I'm just not a. Again, I'll just say it. I'm not a ballad guy, especially when it comes to corny power metal like Manowar produces when they produce ballads, except for Blood Brothers. It's my favorite. I love Gods of War. It's probably sentimentally my favorite album because it was the one that we reviewed together.
Yeah, that's right. We had our old blog, and that was like the new Manowar release at the time. So yeah,
Yep.
and Gods of War, which I haven't listened to in actually a bunch of years. Um, I I cannot think of a bad song on that record. And
There you go.
outside of like the first four Manowar albums, I have a hard time deciding which is like my favorite. It's probably Hail to England, because those albums are all just whew, great. But I will say Gods of War easily, not that there's much competition, but easily the best non-Ross the Boss album for me. Um,
Cool.
yeah, but Kings of Metal. So um, Heart of Steel. Okay, so we are not in agreement on Heart of Steel. Then we get into Sting of the Bumblebee, which of course is Joey's bass solo doing Flight of the
Yep.
Bumblebee.
Yep.
And
Put
I
that
will
down.
say, okay, this is the fourth album they have done a bass solo song. Okay.
Black Arrows and all that. Yeah.
Yeah, and then and there's other ones. William's Tale on
Yeah.
the first album, and then I can't remember what
Yeah.
the other one is. But I will say, Joey famously plays the piccolo bass. Okay, and it is impressive the dexterity and what he can do, but it is
Yeah.
bullshit filler to even have these songs. Uh, right?
I agree, but I like it still. Like that's the thing is that
Okay.
like I wouldn't like it if they put it like in the middle of one of their epics or something. That would
Yeah.
kind of suck, just having it be a break in the middle of that. But it also doesn't deserve to be like a hidden track. So I kind of like that that it's in there in the middle, just kind of not in the middle of like a long ass song, just kind of a break.
Sure.
But I also get that it's superfluous. It does not need to be there. It's a live thing. It's a thing that you do live to like let everybody else have a break. You're like, oh yeah, check this out.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because Manowar, they're totally patterned after like the arena rock model. Okay, they're like we're gonna have a drum solo and a guitar solo. You know, we're gonna have the big long epic ending where we this like you know
Yeah.
and like the end of this album, which we'll get to, it's like it goes on for several minutes, like, with
It
that.
really does. Yes.
Yeah. There were so many, like, people will even call that the MANOWAR ending, like it's a thing when you do
Okay.
that at the end of a set or a song, like gung 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 gung, like dragging that shit out, you know. But pretty good impression of that, right? Thanks.
Yeah.
But yeah. So yeah, let's get into The Crown and the Ring, Lament of the King. Um, I like this song. I think this is really cool. This is totally, except for the talking about Odin, you would think that this was a lot of this stuff feels like it's about Conan.
Yeah.
I mean,
Actually, I can agree with that.
yeah. And also, I should be noted, this is the first album cover with the Man O' Warrior, the
Yes,
faceless
yes.
guy on the album cover. It's their second Ken
MANOWAR.
Kelly album cover, and the first one with this guy. Um, uh, but yeah, I like this. I like The Crown and the Ring. It's an epic, uh, pretty cool. What do you think, man?
Pretty much the same. It feels like a nice, well, like a sword and sandal, like they say, I guess, about Conan.
Yeah.
Fucking, uh, yeah. I don't really have much else to say about it. I think you covered it, and you pretty much stole my joke about it being stole it, but you know what I'm saying.
I stole
You
your
got
joke
it.
about
You
it
got there
being
before
what? You cut out. What
I.
did you? So you?
Essentially a song about Conan,
Yeah.
without
Yeah.
Odin being there.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. And then then it gets into Kingdom Come, which I feel like is these songs kind of are a piece with each
yeah.
other. Uh, and I I like Kingdom Come too. This is another um, cool thing, and it's this is one of the like the strengths of Manowar is this is a song that's meant to make you feel powerful, and like you can do it, man. And in all as silly as Manowar are, there is a lot of like self empowerment shit in their lyrics and in their music, and I think maybe that's the draw, like the genuine draw for this
Maybe.
band.
Yeah.
Um,
Like a not self help, but like a self empowerment concert
well,
thing. Like, come
but
here,
it's
absorb the energy.
yeah, but it's like it's hard not to feel good about yourself when you're singing along to a fucking epic Manowar song. Like
Got me there, man. Yeah.
yeah. Um, so and again, Kingdom Come. This again, this feels like it's King Conan. That we're talking about. But
Yeah.
um, but Your Kingdom Will Come is kind of like what, like life is just beginning, man. Keep doing what you're doing. Be true to yourself, and what is
Yeah.
meant for you will
Right.
follow. That's
Yes.
that's positive and that's powerful, and I'm like, I can't knock that. That's cool, man. Um, but then we got this next song, which,
Oh boy.
oh boy, okay. So this was not included on the original cassette and vinyl releases of the album. It's always been a CD bonus track, and it's interesting they put it kind of not in the middle, but they didn't like throw it on at the end. They put it in a place where it would flow pretty good. And the song is Pleasure Slave. Uh, okay. So, so there is a certain level of sexism that in general runs through heavy metal. Okay, that's just
Sure.
there. Okay,
Sure.
and this song, how can I put this? You know, if you were talking about like consenting adults doing role play, that's one thing. That's not what this song is about. This is
That is
about
not what this song.
this song is about keeping women as sex slaves, and it's pretty
Yeah.
gross, dude. Um, and like, yeah, I mean, like, look again, heavy metal is full of male power fantasies, but this is
Yeah.
like I think this is among the most misogynistic songs in the history of recorded music. I mean, wow, dude.
Ooh.
And it's really it is completely indefensible. Um, and again, and you can't have fun with this song because like that the riff and the like bell of like doom that comes along with it, dun 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 dun, dun. Like no, it's just
Yeah.
like it it gives it this dirgy quality that just like it's like no, yes, this is slimy shit. This is dark. Nobody's having fun. Well, somebody is, but not everyone
Somebody's
involved.
having fun.
You know what I mean? Like, and
Yeah.
it's yeah. So it's just kind of like, dude, you kind of need to wash after this song. It's
Exactly. That's actually why I started skipping it over the course of my history with this album was that I would just straight skip the song altogether. You shouldn't get post nut shame from a song. They're going, oh God, why did I listen to that?
yeah, yeah. So that's a thing. That
Gross.
is,
Yeah.
oh my God, yeah. So, oh boy. But then
Yeah.
we have the totally kick-ass Hail and Kill, which is, it may be the strongest song on the album, really.
I think I agree with you.
It is just this song rips. It's so rad. It's like I love a fast Manowar song, and this one goes back to like it reminds me of um, Kill with Power from Hail to England,
Okay.
which I
Yeah.
love. You know I love. Um, and but yeah, yeah, this song just kicks ass. This is so kick ass. Hail and Kill is really great. Um,
It's fast with purpose and not like fast like the first track, I'm guessing.
yeah,
Like it's
yeah,
like
yeah,
fast. Yeah, I think I hear the distinction. I think I know what you're talking about. I still like first track there, but
yeah,
I hear it. I think I hear
yeah,
what you're saying.
yeah. One thing I wanted to mention, like, okay, Man of War, like, I mean, I could think of like two bands that really like evoke the spirit of heavy metal most perfectly, and Manowar being second only to Judas Priest in that regard. But like,
Here we are.
but Judas Priest don't like talk about themselves and rarely even had songs about metal itself. That I don't think they had anything like that until like Ram It Down, in 1988.
Yeah.
But like, but yet the feeling, the vibe is just there. They just embody heavy metal, and I don't know exactly where I'm going with this, but it feels a little try hard for Manowar to just be like, yeah, we are heavy metal. It's like, okay, got it. Like it's you can talk about being the kings of metal, but it's just like, show me you're the kings of metal. Don't tell me about it. You know what I mean?
There we go.
And Priest
Yeah.
show you they're like the band that defines heavy metal in every song, in every show. Okay, and like, look, I saw Manowar in 2002, and they were awesome, and I'm so glad I saw them. Like they're really fun to see live. They were great. But yeah, dude, I don't know. I just like it's again, they are the architects of their own myth, and
Yeah.
so I don't know. But uh, the next track, here comes the filler. It's the Warrior's Prayer, and it's a 4-minute story, and
It's
like
a skip.
it is a
It's a
skip.
skip.
It's a skip.
It's a skip.
I
I'm
mean, like,
sorry.
I would probably like it better if, unfortunately, okay, so previously when they had spoken word parts, they got Orson Welles, but he was dead by the time they did this, so they couldn't do that, But he did Dark Avenger and Defender, and he
Yeah.
did their live intro tape, and he might have done another song, I can't remember, but yeah, and then this is just kind of like, whew, it's okay, but like, I listened to this album a bunch of times this week, getting ready for the review, and eventually I'm like, I don't want to hear this track
Not
anymore.
again. Yeah. Yeah. Same.
It's
Same.
tedious. It's tedious, and it doesn't stand up to repeat listens. So it's like it's a waste. It's worse on the re-recorded version. I couldn't even sit through it once.
Damn.
Yeah, so let's take that as you will. But then we close with another really cool song,
Yes.
"Blood of the Kings," and it's almost worth sitting through that 4 minutes of bullshit to get to this, but not quite. But so this song does a thing, and I if there's a term for this type of song, somebody tell me, because what it is the bulk of the lyrics reference Manowar's previous works. Megadeth have a song, the Victory, the song that closes out Euthanasia, that is a song like this as well. And
Yeah.
and so the first verse of this song references the first 5 albums. It makes okay, and then I think later in the song it references certain specific songs. And I think that's really cool. And they talk about 6 magic circles made by the Blood of the Kings. The magic circles being, of course, the 6 Manowar albums.
There you go.
Pretty
Yeah.
clever. But this is a really kick-ass song, too. One of the album highlights for me. And also full of great Eric Adams screams. I haven't really mentioned
Yes.
him at all. Oh, my God.
Yes.
And one of the great screamers, and I am a huge fan of his voice, and yeah, so yeah, Kings of Metal.
I'm jealous that you got to hear that live. I'm sure that was just those constant Eric Adams isms
Yeah,
that he does. Yeah. Anyway.
yeah, no, he's got amazing screams. I mean, and this album is packed with them. So yay. But yeah, overall, this is a very good Manowar album. It is not the cream of the crop. I kind of divide their discography into 3 sections. Okay, there's the first 4 albums, which are just unassailably great. There's hardly a bad track, really. Other than stuff like Black Arrows and William's Tale, which were kind of just unnecessary. But there's one on. There's one on. That's right. The other bass solo song is on Sign of the Hammer, and I can't remember what it's called. But I love those first 4 albums. Those are incredible. And then there's the 3 on Atlantic Records, Fighting the World, Kings of Metal, and The Triumph of Steel, which are all very good, real good actually. Okay, really good.
Yeah.
And then there's the other Manowar albums, the ones with Carl Logan on guitar. The albums where, like, Gods of War is solid, is completely good, but the other 2 or 3 with him there's a handful of good songs and there's a bunch of crap. There's a bunch of crap, and so yeah, but I mean, like Manowar's like Maiden. Like, you can't go wrong with the first 7 albums. Right?
Right.
And the rest of the catalog can be debated and discussed, but the first 7 are gold, and I'll give that to Manowar as well. Chase, do you have any additional thoughts on this record? I mean, like, it is really great.
No, it's a, God, what's the way to put it? I love the songs on here that I love, and the songs that I don't like, I just skip. Like, it's not even like give them a chance. Skip. Like, but because there's just so many better albums than this one. It's not fair. That's such a. See, it's hard because it's like they put out such great material, and then when the middling stuff, middling does not sound right. But when the good stuff can't stand up to the great stuff, I just get kind of bitchy towards it, I guess.
Yeah. Well, sure. It's kind of like, wow, that and Manowar sort of shot their wad creatively pretty early. First album 82, second album 83, and then the third and fourth albums are both in 1984. Okay.
Damn.
So,
yeah. I didn't notice that.
And those are so good, and then, like, Fighting the World is good, Kings of Metal is good, Triumph of Steel is good. But I think between those 3 records, those could have been cut down to 2 records. You know what I mean?
I think I see you there. Yeah.
And and like half of Louder Than Hell and half of Warriors in the World could have come together to make a good album, and then Gods of War
Yeah,
is
no.
actually quite good, but
Yeah.
yeah, and then the Lord of Steel is just like, God, it's such a bad sounding album. It's like they did it in Joey's home studio and it just sounds like a demo, dude. And it's just it almost is like it's not like there's not like a lot of egregiously bad like stuff like corny ballads or anything, but it's just like it's just so average. So it's like Manowar is really like completely run out of steam as far as creatively. And that's unfortunate because when they're on, man, they can come up with some great stuff. But I mean, I cannot seriously call them the Kings of Metal. They are a heavy metal band that I like. Um, you know, and there was, in my youth, I worshipped Manowar. And I'm a sucker. You know me. I'm a sucker for metal songs about metal. Um, and because to me that was like scripture. Okay, but you know, I'm I'm a middle-aged man now, and like, uh, I know that Manowar are full of shit in a lot of ways, and um, yeah, so I can still like their music, but I can also be like, look, they do not spin gold, man. They it's they've got good stuff, they've got not so good stuff, mixed bag.
Yeah.
But hey, it's still one of hey, Ross the Boss Friedman is awesome, and
Fuck
like
yeah.
all the playing on this record is really good, and there are a bunch of good songs. It is not a waste of time by any means. No. So, if we're good here, why don't we just get
Yeah.
into our concert calendar? And yeah,
Alrighty.
I'll do that. Let's see. So coming up, uh, 2 days after Christmas, our friends Damage Overdose and Dead Nexus, with support from Gathering, will be playing. It's a death and black metal show at the Twilight. So that'll be fun if you're so inclined to go to that, do it. Let's see.
Cool.
On New Year's Eve, Hog are playing
Ooh, hug.
Hog are playing at the Lalo. It is a free show.
Oh.
So
Okay
let's
then,
see.
yeah.
Yeah. So that's pretty cool. Hog are excellent, and so that's
Yeah.
fun. Let's see. January 3rd, the Red Room's New Year's Bash of 26. Again, not on New Year's, not at the Red Room. It's at the High Limit Room, and there's about 15 hardcore bands. That's gonna be cool. I'm pretty sure I'm going to this. That should be a cool time. Same day down in Eugene at the Wow Hall. It's the Metal for Meals benefit show. With our friends Damage Overdose and a handful of other bands will be playing. Yeah, this is a food drive for hungry people. So if you're in Eugene, show up to that and help out, man. Let's see. Um, on January 9th at the Coffin Club, Time Rift with support from I saw Time Rift at the Soldiers of Steel Festival. They're a rock band, pretty cool.
Mm, mm.
Support from Blade, who we love.
Blade.
Blade and Riastrad, who I see this band's name around. I don't know anything about them. I don't know what they play, but they exist. So that's a show that you can go to. Let's see. On January 23rd and 24th, it is a 2-day festival, Winterfest 2026, at Georgie's Garage and Grill in Vancouver, Washington. $20 a day, and there's about like 17, 18 bands playing, including Damage Overdose, Within the Pyre, and a bunch of other stuff. I'm sure there are worse ways to spend your time and money than that. Let's see. And let's see, on Sunday, February 8th, Savage Master and High Spirits are playing with support from Oxygen Destroyer at this will be at the Star Theater. Yeah, go to that. Savage Master is great. I still need to check out High Spirits. I may or may not have heard them, but I've yet to see Savage Master. I like them. I would like to see them. We'll see. Then, of course, February 12th, we will be in attendance seeing Coroner and Heathen. What an incredible night of thrash metal. That's going to be at the Hawthorne Theater. Oh, man. So awesome. So jazzed for that. Let's see. On February 21st, at the High Watermark, Silver Talon are kicking off their latest tour with support from Starcourt and guests, ? That should be a cool time. Go to that if you can make it. Silver Talon is awesome. I love them. And, okay, so this tour was just announced, and holy shit, I am so excited. Testament are going out on the road, and they're taking Overkill and Destruction with them. We will be seeing them on Saturday, March 14th at the Roseland Theater, and this is going to be awesome. I am so happy. I'm finally going to see Destruction, and of course, two of my favorite bands in the world are also on the bill, Testament and Overkill. This is just insanely great. I'm so happy.
How many times have you seen Testament so far?
So far, 4 times. Only 4. Because remember, I left the scene for like over a decade, and I missed a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And I've seen Overkill twice. Only twice. So, but in the early 2000s, like Destruction came around like every year, but like something always happened. I was broke, or I had to work or something, and so I would always miss them. And then they haven't been around. So I'm really happy that I'm finally going to get to see them. That's going to be great. Checking off a lot of bucket list bands in the last couple of years. That's great. Saturday, March 21st at the High Watermark, Atomic Terror return to the live stage. This will be,
hell yeah.
They'll be debuting material from their new album, Acts of Violence. I believe this set will be entirely comprised of songs from that record. And this is, let me tell you, this is a big jump in songwriting for the band. I'm really excited for them and for folks to hear this new stuff. It's going to blow your socks off. But there will be, of course, support from Ursa Wrath, Nerve Damage, and our good friends Battle Cattle. So this is going to be an all thrash show. That's going to be great. That's going to be a real dope ass time.
The High Watermark, hell yeah.
At the High Watermark, we love that spot. So, dig this. Then April 14th, Gwar are playing at the Roseland Theater with support from Soulfly and King Parrot. This should be fun. I haven't seen Gwar in a long time. I haven't seen him since Dave Brockie died. So maybe we'll go to this. We got to figure it out though, because it's the day before.
Oh yeah.
It's the day before Drain. And that's gonna be a rager. I don't know if we can do 2. We'll figure it out. We will figure it out. Is what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
Really a lot of incredible shit that I'm looking forward to. Oh, that's the extent of the concert calendar. But yeah, woo, and then later that month, a couple weeks after this, I'm going up to Seattle to see Halloween. Like 2026 is shaping up to be an incredible year, man. So excited. I mean, like the first quarter, man, we're just like, woo, so much rad shit, and I love it. Chase, why don't you hit us with the sign off, man? Thanks everybody for watching and stuff.
Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and remember, Fearless Wretch, Insanity. He watches, lurking beneath the sea.
Okay. Good night, everybody. Thanks.